What's up, everybody? All the Rage Gamer here, coming at you today with another video. So I do have another unboxing for you here today. Today, the day that I'm recording this, and probably the day that this gets uploaded, is the day before the official release of the Elden Ring expansion, Shadow of the Erdtree. So right off to the side right here, I do have the collector's edition of Shadow of the Erdtree. Super excited for this as well. We've all been waiting for this expansion for Elden Ring for, feels like an eternity at this point. So without further ado, let's get right on into this. Kind of expedited the process a little bit and kind of pre-opened the box. But, so this just came today via UPS. I actually did leave work for my lunch break to come home to get this straight into my hands. Didn't want any porch pirate nonsense or anything like that. Super excited for this. Also, it's really hot here today where I am in the United States, and I didn't want this, baking out in the 95-degree heat. So with that out of the way, let's just get right on into this. So excited for this. So here is the box for the collector's edition. So on the front, we have Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. It does say the base game is not included, and that there's just a digital code inside the box for the DLC. So all that's really in this is just the kind of the collectibles. Obviously, you do get the code for the expansion, but this by itself is more or less just cool collectible stuff, which, as you all know, I very much appreciate. So here on the side of the box is the contents of the collector's edition. So we do have a statue of Mesmer the Impaler, which, if any of you have seen the trailers and whatnot for the expansion, he is kind of a main focal point of the DLC. Most likely a boss that we will encounter at some point. So we do have that. We have the kind of ornate box that everything comes in. We do have the voucher code and official soundtrack, which, these typically usually always do come with a soundtrack, which is pretty cool. I typically never really do anything with those, but it's a nice touch that they include it. This does say it comes with an art book, but I did receive an email from the Bandai Namco store stating that due to production issues, the art books were not going to be included in these, and that they would be sent at a later date. Like mid-July, they said that they would send the art books separately at no additional cost. So even though that this does say that the art book is included, from what I was told via email, there is no art book in this, and that it will be sent separately. And then on the back, we have some imagery, screenshots from the DLC. Fall from Grace, a new story guided by Empyrean Mikola. Players are beckoned to the land of shadow, a place obscured by the Erdtree where the goddess Marika first set foot. So kind of a really vague synopsis of the kind of story of the expansion. And then on the other side of the box, we have kind of some snake imagery, probably related to Mesmer. But yeah. With that all out of the way, looking at the box and everything, let's get it on open and take a look at the contents. So, first thing, we have this little cardboard card, Shadow of the Erdtree, Elden Ring. On the back side of this is the redemption code for the soundtrack, and it does also have a little card with my code for the DLC on the back, which I'm obviously not going to show on camera. But there is that. That was right on the top of the box. And then once we kind of get this this little shroud off of here, we just have some cardboard packaging here. I would imagine maybe the art book would have come in that little part right there. We'll stick this off to the side here. So here we have kind of the ornate box that the statue and whatnot comes in. Very similar to the box that Melania came in when I got the collector's edition of her. And right off the bat, this statue is much larger than the Melania one from the original collector's edition. And that appears to be all that's in here at this time. So we'll kind of just show you the, you can obviously use this as like a display piece for Mesmer. I'm sure he would fit right in there. So we'll just kind of put that off to the side for now. But here's Mesmer right here in this little plastic clamshell. So what we'll do is we'll get him out of the clamshell. But the the scale of this statue is much larger than Melania. Much larger. So here he is. There is just one additional piece. It's just the top of his kind of like spear, or his, whatever his weapon is. But here he is. I will get a closer up look of him once I kind of get everything situated here. But here's kind of an overview of him. And then there is the top of his weapon. So it's like the top of his spear right there. So that looks like it just slots right onto the weapon itself. So there's that. There is the tip of the spear on his weapon. And we'll kind of do a little look at the back of his cloak here. So he does have, we got some snakes here coming off of him. The snakes do have wings attached as well. But yeah, this figurine or statue, or whatever you want to call it, is very much larger than Melania was with the original collector's edition. So right now, that's all that this comes with. Again, as I said at the beginning of the video, the art book isn't included with this at this time. Again, they said that there was production issues with the art book and that those would be sent later. But if you get one of these for yourself, right now this is what it comes with. So obviously the statue of Mesmer, the little display box that he comes in, and then obviously your code for the redemption of the soundtrack and the expansion to the game, obviously. So with all that out of the way, we will get a closer up look of Mesmer here. Alright, so here we are with Mesmer up close, or a little bit closer. Again, very much a larger figure than Melania. I mean, just the spear on its own is friggin' huge. So that adds like, I don't know, a good 4 to 6 inches to the statue. But here he is up close. So you can see the snakes that he's got kind of coming off of him here, and the snakes actually have wings on them, which is pretty interesting. So this snake kind of wraps all the way around him and then kind of coils around his leg there, as you can see. right here. Lots of red on this guy. I mean, he does have, you know, the red snakes. You know, he's got this red cloak with that imagery on the back. And then he also does have red hair, as you can see kind of in the back here. He has a very kind of draconic and snake themed helmet. I'm not sure how well you can see this. My camera seems to be having a little trouble focusing, but there are some snake heads on the top of his helmet there, and then wings on the side. Some more wings coming off of this snake that's on his shoulder that kind of wraps around him. And then we've got his very tall spear. Very tall spear. And then we've got the base that he's on. Kind of just a real gravelly, rocky base. And then we've got his greaves there. Which kind of almost look like you know, like Roman sandals almost, because you can see, you know, his bare feet kind of sticking out underneath there. But again, also like some, you know, some like dragon wings there kind of on the greaves as well. So, I mean, overall, pretty decent piece. I mean, obviously not as detailed as, you know, something like a first four figure statue. Nowhere on the level of that, but, you know, still a nice piece to have. The only thing I'm really kind of disappointed with is the detail on his face. There really isn't a lot of it. I don't know how well my camera is going to focus here, but there's not a whole hell of a lot of detail in his face. It's very kind of bland. Can't really see a whole lot of detail on his face. His eyes kind of are almost really like non-existent. You know, not something you can really see, you know, from far away. But, you know, when you kind of take an up-close look, my camera seems to be focusing a little better now. Not a whole hell of a lot of detail on his face. But, I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I do very much like the scale of it. It is a very decently sized piece. So we'll give you one more kind of 360 of him here. He is kind of standing awkwardly, so apologies if I'm kind of not keeping it straight as I'm holding it, but so yeah, that's Mesmer the Impaler, the statue that this collector's edition comes with. I mean, the spear is very cool. I mean, you could just kind of see the size of the spear. Goes all the way down to the base as well. So yeah, that's an up-close look at Mesmer. So I think we'll kind of wrap this up, and I'll give you my overall thoughts on it. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps it up here for the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree Collector's Edition unboxing. Again, it kind of stinks that the art book didn't come with this, but it is coming. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, that's going to be sent separately due to production issues. It's not included with the Collector's Edition at this time, which, yeah, it's a bummer, but as long as I do get it down the road, everything will be alright in the world. So again, just as a kind of an overview of what this comes with, the box that everything was inside rather. So we have the kind of display box here that Mesmer was in, which doubles as a display that you can open, which I'll do again real quick for you here. So you can kind of open this up and use this as a display, like a backdrop for him. Obviously, it does come with the codes right here. It comes on this little cardboard cutout right here with the Shadow of the Erdtree imagery on it. It has your code for your for the DLC itself, and then a code for the digital soundtrack. And then obviously the main focal point of the collector's edition is the statue of Mesmer, which overall I'm pretty happy with it. Again, not a whole hell of a lot of detail in his face, but again, you know, these are not on the scale of something like a First Four Figures statue, you know, where they're, you know, cast in resin and the detail is kind of like, you know, hyper detail, where, you know, this is, it's good for what it is. I'm overall pretty happy with it. I do wish there was a little bit more detail in his face. His face is kind of bland. Not really much to his eyes. I'm not sure how well my camera picked that up. It was kind of having a little bit trouble auto-focusing on, you know, what was in frame. So I do apologize for that if things were a little blurry at times. But overall, with the lack of kind of detail in his face, overall I'm pretty happy with this. Cost for this, I believe, was $269. That included shipping. The shipping was about $20, but again, I'm in the United States, so shipping could be different depending on where you are in the world. If this was available in other parts of the world, which I'm sure it was, but that's just how much I paid for the shipping. So total, it was $269, and again, the shipping was $20 for me. So I guess it was around $250 just for the collector's edition by itself. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Really excited to jump into the DLC tomorrow. Again, I'm filming this the day before that it officially launches, so you know, I'm just counting down the hours, man, until until I can, you know, get that code in there and download that DLC and just jump right on into this expansion for Elden Ring, which I have heard is very massive. So super happy about that. Super happy to have this in my collection. I'm going to go add Mesmer to the collection right after this video ends. So again, that's going to wrap it up. If you did enjoy the video, leave me a thumbs up on the video. I really would appreciate that. It does help out a lot. Leave me some comments in the comment section down below of what you thought of this unboxing of the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree Collector's Edition. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, All the Rage Gamer, I would appreciate it if you click that little subscribe button. And if you would like to get notified each and every time I upload a new video, that is the best way to be notified of when I do. So that's going to wrap it up here. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you later in the next video, which should be next week, because I do have my second First Four Figures Dark Souls statue, which I did mention in the previous video that I did for the Oscar Knight of Astora SD statue. My Elite Knight Humanity Restored Exclusive Edition statue is coming next week while I'm on vacation from work, so there will be a video for that, so stay tuned for that. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.